episode of TastyAF. My name is Erin. I'm a co-founder of Altitude Fitness and also co-host of TastyAF along beside my girl here, Annena.
Hi there, I'm Annena Hamdeed. I work for Altitude Fitness as a certified nutrition coach, as well as I'm a pretty big nerd when it comes to anything that has to do with nutrition and food. Here at TastyAF, what we do is we create nutritionally dense foods that have lots of organic and natural ingredients, and it's backed by science.
The science though. All right, let's go ahead and get into this recipe.
Hey guys, welcome back to TastyAF. Today we have for you tuna boats. Yum. Tuna boats. Tuna boats. We're gonna put them on, we're gonna ship them out. Them great. Okay, let's go ahead and get these tuna boats started. We're gonna get all of our ingredients into a little bowl here. We've already got them cut up and to the side because we're prepared here.
Preparedness.
For once. So let's get to it. We have our bowl. The bowl. We also have 2 cans of tuna. We have 1/4 cup of avocado, which is just half of an avocado. We've got some celery, about 1/4 cup of that. 1 shredded, chopped up, diced carrot. And
we got some pepper. We got some garlic powder, as well as some pink Himalayan salt.
Love not pink Himalayan salt, but it's real salt. Salt. It's salt. So we're gonna start with adding the tuna first, and there's 2 cans, which means we can both add a can in. We can both add a can. Oh my god! Ooh, it smells just like cat food.
How appetizing!
Yes. Got him.
Got him.
Yeah.
It was really that dramatic. It really was.
Only slightly dramatic. It's fine.
I'm just gonna chop it up in a can.
Chop her up.
Chop her up.
Hashtag chop her up.
Ooh, new hashtag.
Yeah.
Who's gonna use it first? Probably us. And just a tip, if you're gonna use albacore, this is the brand Wild Planet. If you're gonna use this one, don't drain it because then it's gonna be very dry. And you don't want it to be dry. We don't want that dryness.
She needs to be moist.
She needs to be moist. Every time. Every recipe I drop it on the counter. It's fine. It's fine.
It just got cleaned.
We get through it.
Yeah, we get through it. As always, our countertops are cleaned with Myers. Not sponsored, but they should sponsor us. Always keep it fresh. Ooh. The cat food, the tuna.
I thought you were serious for a second.
Bitch.
Like, oh no. Okay,
You ready?
brand show it.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so while Erin is chopping up, or I guess mashing, the avocado, she's gonna mix that in there with the tuna right after she's done mashing it, however you want to do it. While she's doing that, I'm gonna explain why I have the Wild Planet tuna. So I'm covering it with a little towel so it doesn't come out on me. But I want to explain to you guys why I use wild caught organic wild tuna, wild albacore tuna. It's because it's the most sustainable brand for albacore tuna that I've ever seen on the market. And fun fact, right after I was vegan, I kind of stopped being vegan. It just wasn't good for my hormones. Tuna is the first thing I started eating. So I started researching very humane brands because humanity, when it comes to animals and killing them, is honestly very important to me. So I wanted to make sure I was getting the right brand, and this brand's very good with that. Also, an important thing to note when it comes to wild albacore tuna, it's very high in DHA. DHA is really good for your heart, your brain, and your eye function. It's also very high in protein. When it comes to tuna, you want to watch out for mercury poisoning. And actually all fish have a little trace of mercury in them, but tuna has a little bit more. It has a higher amount because tuna fish actually eat other fish. So the cross-contamination with the heavy metals in the water, mixed with the ocean, it's it's a little bit higher. So I would recommend, if you're in like a grown adult, I would keep it to a max of probably 4 to 5 ounces per week, just so you avoid neurological damage or fatigue, chronic fatigue that is. Also, this is probably 5 ounces. This is a 5-ounce can. If you cut it in half, that is 1 serving, and there's 21 grams of protein in 1 serving. So you could even split it up between meals, like between like days if you wanted to. So if you wanted to have like the tuna boats today, and then maybe the next day you have like the rest of whatever there is, that's probably a good way to split it up, just so you don't put too much in your body too fast. So the reason we're using smaller wild albacore tuna as opposed to larger wild albacore tuna is because the mercury levels are way lower. Obviously with larger albacore tuna fish, it's going to be higher because it's a bigger fish. Or with smaller fish, if they're younger, they've lived a decent life in the ocean. Like they've lived a pretty good life, and like I said, it's humane. And it's also sustainable. So that's why I use this brand, and that's why we use smaller albacore tuna as opposed to larger albacore tuna.
Yes, that's the science though. That's science.
So another thing with, I feel like I'm just going on and on.
Go girl, just go. We love the science here.
Also with wild caught albacore tuna, it has high amounts of iodine, selenium, and vitamin D, which is important, and we can all use some vitamin D in our life.
And we're wasting one.
Vitamin D is just really important for creating new cells and not having your cells like oxidize easier. So that's why it's important to get vitamin D. Also, DHA, your body actually naturally produces it on its own. It's not a sustainable amount. You need a little bit more for regular daily function. So if you're plant-based or if you're vegan, a good way to get it is through omega-3s like flaxseed, chia seed, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, pretty much any healthy fat you can get omega-3s from if you're plant-based, if you choose not to get it from an animal source.
So we have 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, we have 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then just salt to taste.
Salt to taste.
To taste.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Here's something to add. Avocados actually have more potassium than bananas.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Ooh, question of the day. I want to see how many people know
question
this.
of the day.
Is avocado a fruit or a vegetable? Don't Google it.
Ooh.
I know the answer. I guess she knows the answer.
Ooh.
Don't Google it. Pause the video. Comment down below right now if it's a fruit or a vegetable.
Avocado is a single seed fruit.
Ooh, on the nose.
Right there.
Right there.
Let us begin.
Pray. Oh.
What? Okay, so we have our romaine lettuce here. We like to pick romaine because it does make cute little bows. Look how cute. Oh, and they definitely hold together a lot better. I also just love having romaine in salads in general.
Yeah.
I like the crunch.
Good vitamin A source.
And all that we're gonna do is just fill our little boats with our mixture.
Fill her up.
Fill her up. Hashtag fill her up.
Hashtag fill her up, bruh. You bring out the best in me.
So glad. Makes my heart full.
It's time for the taste test.
The taste test.
Taste test. Let's do it. Got my little boat here. Look at him.
I'm gonna get this.
Look at him. Look how cute he is. Eee.
How adorable they are.
Yes. Chomp. I like it. I like all of the different veggies involved. I'm a fan of that. Very light and refreshing.
This is so good. Yeah, all the crunch with it too. So many different variables in here. That's so good.
Yeah, I think that with the lemon it would add a lot too, but like honestly just by itself, this is very good, very fresh. I am a huge fan of carrots, so I love the carrots that are in here. Yes, and I know that it's a very healthy snack. I think it would be very filling as well, and not a lot of calories to go with it. Very high protein, low carb, low fat.
Yeah.
We're fans.
And also, one last tip for the tuna, be aware of if it's in oil or water. The tuna that we have is in water. So if you get it in oil, obviously it's going to drive up the calories and the fat content. So if you're cautious about that, just be aware of it.
Yeah. Okay, so that is it for today's episode of TastyAF. I very much enjoyed these little tuna boats.
Oh, yes.
They're
Oh, yes.
adorable. I could definitely imagine like eating these sitting, lounging by the pool with like little healthy lemonade by my side and
Lemonade.
yum. Definitely something that you could eat poolside because you wouldn't get bloated off of it. It's not healthy. It's not very heavy. It's light, airy.
Protein.
Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining in on this episode of TastyAF. Make sure that you use the hashtags below for Plater Up and any other hashtags that were included in here. But Plater Up is our main thing. Make sure that you tag all of us on Instagram, me, Tyler, Nina, and Altitude Fitness.
Yes.
All of the links will be down below in the description. So, yeah. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day, and we will see you in another 2 weeks for another TastyAF. Bye, guys.